Being locked in and silent in this room. Ice Spirit to start for RYLEY, and Mo with the Princess at the bridge.
Princess stopping the Ice Spirit in its tracks, getting a little bit of chip damage on top of the tower, plus the log. And RYLEY could be going back to the minor Marcher. Yeah, that deck has been really solid this weekend.
And looking like it, seeing the Evo Knight come out here. Evo Knight plus Evo Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit, one of the strongest defensive Evos in the game as that Magic Archer comes down in the back. And what's really fascinating about this matchup is there is no big spell for Mohamed Light. So how do you take care of the Magic Archers that RYLEY's going to place? And if a Magic Archer does ever get a connection at the bridge, how do you stop it?
And Mo Light, the way he just kind of carries himself, RYLEY, we heard it in the interview where, oh, how'd you know you were going to win? Well, when he played the first Goblin Barrel with Mo, he played the Goblin Barrel, no smile, no look up, no nothing. RYLEY just locked in and focused.
And RYLEY does have the Tesla. You can see there, Mo not happy about something. Not exactly sure if it was the placement or what, but doesn't get a lot out of it. Goblinstein does get on tower, not going to go for the ability. 21-62 to two very healthy towers for Mohamed Light.
Yeah, it really felt like RYLEY got a value log, was able to get the Goblin Barrel plus a little bit of damage on top of the Doctor and the Dark Goblin, and still his tower just lost 850 HP. Everything that could go right went right, and he still got tons of damage.
Oh! And the NATO doesn't kill all the Skellies. And both of them surprised by this interaction because it should have done it. Now log has to be used on the right-hand side. Goblins to the real Goblins to the left, and a great connection from Mohamed Light.
Dark Goblin getting chip damage on chip damage, getting the tower down to 2048, and that is a tough interaction to happen to you. You see it once a month, and people are complaining on Twitter. There's no time to complain. You just have to focus up and recenter yourself.
Exactly. You see RYLEY kind of shaking his head there. He's played through adversity so far in this tournament. Again, I've said this on stage, off stage, probably too much. Memory of a goldfish, and RYLEY needs to move on past this and just recognize a little mistake early on against bait doesn't mean the game's over.
And right there, defending cleanly with the Ice Spirit, but Mohamed Light two steps ahead, getting the Princess chip damage, and RYLEY going to respond with his Magic Archer of his own, finally getting just a little bit of damage on that left side.
Yeah, what a brilliant play by Mohamed Light. He goes barrel to the side knowing troops are going to come out, then goes Princess to the bridge knowing those troops are going to get on top, or going to get, the Princess is going to get on top of those troops for just a little bit more chip damage, and that's what we talk about him just thinking 85 steps in the future.
Yeah, and these Princesses are scary. Ice Spirit able to make the full-on jump. NATO is going to stop him for a second, but still going to get two stabs on top of the tower.
1922, 1821. Mo's lowest tower is 2686. This game is about as clean as it can get for the Pharaoh.
And right there, Magic Archer not doing its job. Princess on the left, fully staying alive. Log should be able to stop nothing because the Princess stops walking.
Mo looking for something with that. Log doesn't hit it, but the tower, 1763. Another Princess comes down. Magic Archer to snipe. Nice placement there from RYLEY.
And it's clear that RYLEY has a lot of practice in this because bridge Teslas are exactly how you want to win this. And Mo, again, stopping. Every time RYLEY thinks he's one step ahead, it's just not the case. Mo protecting everything beautifully.
I mean, this is the Mohamed Light effect in full force. Doctor getting more damage on that left-hand tower. Evo Skelly's popping off on the right. Magic Archer comes down. Wow.
Perfect defense right there. Log taking out fully the right side.
Wow.
And Princess, oh my goodness.
On the predict. Knowing spears are going to come out, he places the Princess a few tiles away from the bridge, and that is just next level, AC.
And right there, great timing from the Doctor with Mohamed Light. Ice Spirit not going to be enough to take out the Dark Goblin just yet. Getting a little bit of value on top of the Knight, and will that third take it out? And it does. But Mo Light, I know that next card that's coming down, it's going to be a Princess.
NATO in, Miner in, barrel to the right-hand side. Princess up high, nice catch. 1286, 1287 are RYLEY's two towers.
Man, this is peak Clash Royale. 30 seconds left, Log coming down on the left, NATO on the right. Two Princesses, Dark Goblin, two Dark Goblins, Doctor up. What is RYLEY going to do?
Look at this map domination now. Barrel on the left-hand side. RYLEY knows it's over. And Mo has won game number 1.
It's only the Log coming in for Mohamed enough. RYLEY played such a good game.
Mo going mortar. Mo maybe going mortar, cannoneer. Everybody be quiet.
All right, I'll be taking over this game.
Evo Bats plus Miner plus Cannoneer. Wow, and he's going back to before Gobstein. He might be going Cannon Cart plus Skeleton King. This was actually pretty popular for a minute, right after Gobstein got released.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It feels like we're not really seeing Wizard all that often, and it's because of how strong the Goblinstein is. But RYLEY kind of going away from everything and just putting the Goblinstein in the same deck as the Wizard.
And Zappy's there, and this is such a fascinating construction of this deck, AC. You can see RYLEY going, what are those Zappies doing in this deck? Now you have the Mortar, you have the Cannoneer once the wheels fall off, you have the Zappies to stun and slow this Ram Rider, and this is a lot of trouble, an uphill battle, if you will, for RYLEY.
Yeah, perfect timing right there. Ghost gets that one swing on top of the 0.5 HP cannon. Cart, there we go, cannon cart, and right there, RYLEY gonna set up with the P.E.K.K.A, and I think that's what you gotta do. You need to set up your P.E.K.K.As in order to have a shot.
And what's gonna be also very interesting about this matchup is if those Evo Bats do pop off, that Rage will not be enough to take care of them. Obviously the Goblinstein ability will, and so will the Wizard, but the normal response to Bats in the E-Spirit and that Rage will not be enough.
RYLEY just kind of letting his P.E.K.K.A go to waste.
I think Mo was trying to go for the King Tower activation there. If the Mortar stayed alive and the E-Spirit jumped, just a little bit of flair, you know. He was like, did I not show you enough in game one?
Ah, you want more? Okay, I can deliver. And right there, value arrows. And right there, any of the Zappies on top, they are, and they stop the Ram Rider dead in its tracks.
The density of the Skeleton King there, just completely blocking up the lane. I mean, it's something that we don't talk about a ton in Clash Royale, but the density of units, the thickness, if you will, that's the 2 C's thick, will stop them at the bridge or stop them as they're charging.
P.E.K.K.A trying to go to work, not going to be the case, and it almost takes out the cannon cart. Instead, it gets just starts going for the skellies, and the P.E.K.K.A is still alive somehow, but so is the cannon cart. The cannon cart's still kind of healthy.
The Zappy's resetting it. Now he goes Skeleton King opposite lane. Gonna have a bunch of souls there. Mo sitting there pumping his fist. He knows this game is on the line right now. RYLEY's low in elixir.
Yeah, he's going to probably activate the king.
What's he gonna do?
He has nothing.
That cannon cart is still alive opposite lane.
The Bats are going to be able to come behind, and the arrows miss.
The cannon's on.
Game.
The cannon's on. Wow, Mortar's on. That is going to do it. RYLEY's still fighting. 813 HP remains.
Zappies are going to stop the Doctor from resetting the Mortar. The Mortar getting a second shot. Doctor doing all it can do. Miner in the back. It's caught by the Ram Rider, but that's really not going to be enough. You need offense, and you just can't do that against Mohamed Light.
Mohamed Light pouring it on right now that RYLEY is fighting for his life. Not even making the right defensive play. He's making the only defensive play.
Cannon cart at the bridge, followed by the Bats. E-Spirit going to be able to dash on top of everything. But I mean, Mohamed Light, he's known for his spectacular defense. How do you make how do you come back against him?
I don't think you can, AC. I mean, regardless of anything, he can defend his way out. Skeleton King's on top of that tower. He can still send miners in for the next 70-ish seconds. Bats are gonna get a ton of value here. And there you go. Rage in the corner. RYLEY knows it's over. Mohamed Light, perfect in this upper finals.
Cannon cart going to be able to take out the P.E.K.K.A. And again, these just are such incredibly strong pushes. Miner in front of Goblin Game. That's not a push. He just finds the answers that nobody else finds.
Miner to the back. Evo P.E.K.K.A to clean. Arrows to get the Gob Gang. RYLEY's still alive. Evo Mortar opposite lane.
And that's going to be, that's going to be a strong defense right there. Okay, he's recovering.
He hasn't given up yet. You have to admire it as the Miner goes in to pull the P.E.K.K.A back, and that is just a beautiful play. Mo knows exactly what was going to come down that lane.
Getting a little bit of chip damage on top of the tower is the Wizard for RYLEY, and finally we see him start to build these big pushes. We see him jump for joy. Good game coming out from Mo. Mo takes it 2-0.
Mohamed Light will be back. Listen to him talk in the biggest moment of their
onto the Evo Knight, and just a couple unfortunate interactions at the beginning. It seemed like RYLEY really got in a spot where he had no way to attack.
Now, was that Skeleton's interaction because the NATO was too soon, too late, or just an odd interaction?
Me and Rich were actually talking about it. It happens when you're pulling Skeletons away from something, or It kind of happens when you're pulling skeletons towards your unit, right? So he was turning those skeletons towards his knight rather than away, and it made it so that they were able to kind of survive.
Oh, it's almost like they pulled him to attack while they were spawning, while they were getting taken off the board. And here we go, Lucas going to bait against RYLEY, who is running Lava Hounds. So, you know, maybe he saw something that Mohamed Light did that he liked in terms of creating that deck or that matchup.
And I did also talk to Alan about what he thought both of his players might use in this moment. And Lucas does play bait, and RYLEY might have predicted it with this Lava Hound Arrows matchup.
And that is a huge, huge connection there. You can see Lucas already a bit stunned from it. 22-12 to 12-03. RYLEY drawing blood first.
Yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. I also talked a lot with RYLEY and Mo about, you know, workshopping a lava deck that can counter bait because of how important it is in this World Finals. And maybe he's found it. He has the Evo Bomber as well as the arrows for solid defense, cheap defense, and offense at the same time.
Now, do you think the Lightning will be able to find its way into this equation more than what we just saw in the very beginning?
It's a good point. I don't know what Lucas' last card is. If it is Goblinstein, I think that Lightning will be imperative for breaking through. But I really don't know what this last card is.
Great damage there from the Goblin Barrel on that right-hand side, protecting this Dark Goblin to go down the left.
Okay, Dark Goblin getting taken out. Evo Cage does decent. Similar thing as we've seen with Lava before. He needs cheap defense or just no defense at all. He needs to get a Lava and needs to maybe even get a tower trade going here if RYLEY's going to win this.
Yeah, really nice, I'd say cheap defense there, like you said, Juicy. Still getting some offense in on the other side, 1644. Now predicts the guards, but one guard still stays alive, takes the Princess off the board.
And look at that Evo Bomber.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Evo Bomber cleans up the barrel. Now it's cleaning up the Valkyrie. That's only 2 elixir. And now he can spend everything else on offense with the arrows for the Dark Goblin.
Val does get a shot on tower, but this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday. I think maybe it was Elsiop who was just not getting enough value out of his Evo Bomber in this matchup. You need that Evo Bomber to be able to clean up barrels. You can't only use your arrows and your guards.
And RYLEY's just stacking on the pressure. Lava,
That's
Silly
it.
Dragons, Flying Machine, Lightning. This tower is down.
And now you talk about that reset of confidence. RYLEY
Going offense with everything. Hopefully, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
That's what you like to hear. Yesterday, Lucas was telling me that his mantra to himself is, I'm not nervous, they're nervous. I'm not nervous, they're nervous. And right now, Lucas playing pretty well, but RYLEY on top of it. And of course, now we see RYLEY bringing out bait. I thought he might, and that's the scary thing, right? Is even if you know it's coming, he's not scared of running it.
Yeah, the question is, does Lucas have the facilities to deal with this super high pressure bait that we've seen succeed time and time again? I don't know. I don't know if he has the log or the Barbarian Barrel or maybe an extra spell to deal with this Dargob Princess combo. That's really what you're going to need.
And a Prince in the back, Juicy.
Oh, and the Mega Knight. He did not defend the Goblin Barrel, and he's going all in with the push. I like this play. Will it pan out, or will RYLEY be able to defend? He's very low in elixir.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Mega Knight on the tower. Knight there to take, Prince there to take care of the Valkyrie. Royal Ghost opposite lane. Damage in on the left, damage in on the right. Lucas taking control.
Game cleaning up. We have a curse
There's
plus
the
arrows.
first. And he goes, all right, well, one day this curse is going to work out for somebody.
Wow. I mean, I love Lucas' deck, though. This is great. You have the arrows for the Princess, the Dark Gob. Very similar to last matchup, actually. And then, of course, the curse is going to be very good versus Gang as well. And that Mega Knight will apply so much pressure in front of the Prince.
So, Juicy, this is your stream. You're 20 seconds away from double time, or overtime, double elixir. Wow, I've done this for 7 years. What is your thought on this matchup?
Yeah, I got to give it to Lucas with the arrows, with the Mega Knight, with that curse. But we know RYLEY is the best log bait player in the world. If there's anyone that can make it happen, it's him.
So RYLEY going to have to do some innovation here as Lucas goes to take out that Princess. AQ on the opposite lane does still have her charge, takes out the Goblin Gang here, and sets up an Evo MK in the back as this Archer Queen should be completely defended.
Queen rolling through to try to set up some defense and have some DPS for this Evo Mega Knight. I think RYLEY also has Evo Valkyrie in cycle, but this Evo Mega Knight is a force to be reckoned with either way.
And again, Lucas going with a very, very cheap, call it a defense if you want, takes a bunch of damage, 16, 12, 18, 88, as this push on RYLEY's side of the board dies on the vine. 979 though, RYLEY's lowest tower.
The pre-curse, expecting a gob game.
Wow.
He catches some goblins. I think that forces a response. E-Spirit does get it.
And AQ does get a shot in. Very nice predictive play there by Lucas as he goes Miner to the Princess once again.
Wait, he's shaking his head, the Miner!
Yep, I knew it. Gus get the King Tower
gosh.
activation, and he needed to go one tile to the right there.
And there's the barrel yet again. RYLEY down damage, but in a decent situation.
Yeah.
Can he bring it back without a big spell?
And that King Tower activation is going to be so helpful against the MK and the Prince as they come across the board. Oh! And you can see RYLEY shocked by that interaction. Juicy's got his hands on his head.
Yeah, I mean, he just played the Archer Queen ability just slightly too early, and that is going to change everything. Now Lucas immediately having the opportunity to attack.
And you can see Lucas has no fear in going Miner on top of these Princesses because he's ready for him to drop a gang on top of it and get more value out of it. So one of RYLEY's best units has been completely handicapped by Lucas's Goblin Curse. And yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about this when I play Mega Draft a lot. Sometimes a card doesn't need to be played to get value. Sometimes it only needs to prevent your opponent from playing the card they need to defend.
That's brilliant, the scare factor of the card being there, and that is why Lucas has been, you know, like I said, very, very willing to get on top of those Princesses with the Miner. Obviously wishes he didn't activate King Tower, but not the end of the world.
Icebeard dropping down defense versus the barrel. These barrels are consistent damage right now. It might be possible for the comeback as we head into triple.
Royal Ghost on the right-hand tower. Miner on the left. Royal Ghost gets another shot in. Royal Ghost plus AQ to clean. 460 and 364.
The Prince!
The Prince!
Whoa! Gang coming down barely in time. We have 43 seconds left on the clock, and here's a huge push right side.
And it feels like we're going to game 3, Juice. I have no idea how RYLEY's going to do this, but he could. There's the Miner in with the curse and the arrows.
Gang on defense. A curse on offense yet again with 3-card cycle. Miner, arrows, curse. He calls the game. Lucas taking game number 2.
We are going to game. As you see Lucas coming out with the Evo.
Good luck from Lucas. RYLEY's locked in. Ice Spirit at the bridge. Bats to defend. So Evo Ice Spirit and Evo Bats. I mean, seeing Bats from Lucas makes me think it's a Mortar type of deck. And RYLEY with Ice Spirit and Goblins. Oh, wait, no. Is Lucas playing Lumber Loot right now? That is truly wild.
Yeah, you see that Lumberjack come out with the Evo Bats. There's the Heal Spirit, and Juice, that is the second time we've seen Lucas rock the Heal Spirit, and the first time was with great success.
Yeah, we'll see if he can replicate that as we start to see a little bit more of his deck. RYLEY with a little bit of a more standard deck. I still am guessing at what kind of win conditions we're going to see here.
I know. I mean, RYLEY looking like he has pieces of what could be a Mortar deck, but obviously we're at World Finals. We've seen a lot of different things here throughout the weekend. And then, yeah, Lucas with the Lumberjack, and there's the Mortar from RYLEY. And I mean, could it be Lumberjack with RG? I mean, you saw how well RG was, you know, yesterday, and there it is. RG comes down.
Yeah, absolutely. Great call. Great call. RG Lumberjack with Heal Spirit. This is an old school RG breakthrough type of deck. You got the Lumberjack tanking, dropping a Rage, speeding up the RG damage, and you have the Heal Spirit healing it up, and it's already working great for Lucas.
Yeah, great damage there for Lucas, 21-15, and maybe RYLEY expecting the Bats with the immediate drop of the Goblinstein up front. Goblinstein will get to tower, so you could see him wanting to use an ability. Bit of a flinch there from RYLEY.
Yeah, I think RYLEY was trying to predict that Lumberjack with the Miner and basically keep his cannon card alive to get a really good start already. If it worked out, it would have been great, but not going to work this time.
Yeah, Lucas trying really hard to get that King Tower activation. Doesn't get it either, though. Takes a good amount of damage. 21-53 for Lucas, 21-15 for RYLEY as the second RG comes down. That's the evolved one. That's how it works.
Yeah, RYLEY does have defense for the RG this time with the Mortar, with the cannon card. Fisherman distracted too, not able to pull the cannon card right away. What will RYLEY do in this counter push? We do see the Gobstein tanking. The Gobstein ability will pop, clean up the Evo Bats. Very successful. Can he get to the tower though?
And Lumberjack does just enough as a high fish boy comes out. There's the Doctor down low to stun that Miner. Bats in cycle once again.
And we see a defensive Mortar played one tile up, preventing any fireball value on weak side tower. This is a very slow match compared to what we've seen today, but I love it. It's very methodical. Never mind.
And there it is, Juicy. Thank you for saying that, because you know that Caster Curse is working in our favor right now. This Lumberjack's going to go down all the way back around to a Mortar, though, is RYLEY. And that also means that Lucas is very close. Oh, a great predictive log on the Goblins. And I believe Lucas is just one card away from an Evo RG.
And you guys watching right now might think, oh, why pre-log on the strong side tower? But it's very important in this kind of matchup. Lucas needs multiple RGs. He needs that dual lane pressure. So any damage on either side matters a lot.
The Evo Ice Spirit actually takes out the Lumberjack, so the Evo RG is able to get raged up. Cannon goes down, but it does bait out the Lumberjack just because Lucas wanted to be safe.
Roll Giant, one more shot left side. But we see RYLEY in overall damage lead just by focusing on this right-hand side tower.
Only 90 seconds remain in one of their World Finals run here in 2024. One game in, one game up for both.
Oh my God!
Oh, the perfect timing there. Lucas by a hair.
I really thought that cannon card was locking on, but Lucas with the reaction time speed of a lion. Goblin's counterpunching, he doesn't have to worry about it. King Tower's activated.
This damage from the one Goblin. No, excuse me, King Tower activated. I've played this game before. 2380, 1976. Lowest tower for Lucas, 1801. Lowest for RYLEY, 1769. After the Fireball log comes in to 1711.
I don't know how I feel about these defensive Evo Mortar. Look, another Fireball dropping down and help clean up.
He's cycling like crazy.
Yeah.
50 seconds remaining. There has not been one offensive Evo Mortar that I can think of.
Yeah, and now we have a bridge battle. We have the Goblin Monster, the Mortar, the Cannon cards, the Goblin ability. It reaches tower. That's good damage. This game is so close.
1500, 1504. Lucas in the lead. Evo Bats come down. That's good value there for RYLEY. But one bat does stay alive. Ability comes in. Opposite lane pressure here from Lucas.
Miner on the right, Lumberjack, Evo Roll Giant with Goblin Sign on left. Ice Spear does connect. That will slow down the RG. Does he have a Mortar? He doesn't care to defend. He's worried about the right side.
Fireball log from both. 1195, 1239. I think RYLEY's going to win the spell cycle race. We need one more Fireball. RYLEY's got it. RYLEY's got it. That's going to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
CRL World had said this before, and I'm
per bracket, which means RYLEY has to beat him twice. That is, beating him once is hard enough.
I mean, no one's been able to do it. It's only happened once this whole year where someone was able to beat Mohamed Light in an upper bracket reset, and that was the man that was just eliminated in Lucas. So, and I'm sure there's a statistician or an analyst out there, has it ever happened other than that, period? Has anyone ever done it other than that one time in our 4th monthly final this year? Well, RYLEY might be the second man ever.
And I'm wondering if nerves are a factor here, because clearly Allen giving RYLEY comfort in this moment, running this pig cycle deck, very control heavy, and this is one of those ones that a lot of coaches have talked about being a great pick when you're feeling nerves.
I mean, it's a great deck. It's so strong in the meta right now. It's been around for so long. I love this. It's just very versatile. You have other ways to win other than just your win con, right? You can spell cycle out. AQ is going to get a lot of value if your opponent doesn't have lightning, and as you said, Rich, calm those nerves back to basics.
You do have to wonder, though. We're talking about these two top-tier coaches in Allen on RYLEY's side and Mohamed Light back with Jebba's here, back with Julesy here in 2024.
Yeah.
And yeah, look at that contact on the right-hand side. And you have to wonder about those mind games, right? Is Mo and Julesy cooking up a prediction on their opponent, knowing, hey, you're going to be nervous here in game number 1?
Now, we've seen this Monk AQ situation before going up against Mohamed Light. Did not work out for his opponent in LCOP, but we'll see if Momo or RYLEY have if Mo can get a little bit more out of his Monk on RYLEY's AQ.
And look at the way the Monk ability shut down the Evo Skellies there, right? Gave plenty of time for the clear, didn't result in the damage maybe that Mo wanted, but now he's in a great spot to shut down this next Pix push.
I mean, I don't have, you probably have it. Is this the exact matchup that we saw between LCOP and Mohamed Light? Just switched?
Yeah, it does seem familiar. I can go ahead and look through my notes.
And as two of them set up in the back, Ice was in the back. And it is the deck, Rich.
Wow.
It's the exact same thing. So they both call each other's number and flip-flop.
The spell cycle plus the pigs have been working so far on the right-hand side. Clearing off the AQ with the reflection, and now a pretty big downhill push coming into the left-hand lane with that cannon low. Of course, the cycle is so fast, but now the dual lane pressure.
Yeah, I mean, RYLEY's ready to get another cannon out, but, you know, Mo's already got that second RG down. Evo RG plus that jump there from the Evo Ice Spirit just a second late, so Skelly's not able to take it out.
And that's a bit of a spend there for RYLEY. Now dual lane pressure and the lead for Mohamed Light in that left-hand lane.
Fireball plus guards here, going to be a nice cleanup. Just a little tickle on the tower within this EQ.
Heading into sudden death overtime, this just under 200 HP lead crosswise from the top right of your screen to the bottom left-hand side of your screen. And that Ice Whiz gave just that little extra edge here.
And a little bit of a slow pause here as both these guys trying to create a little bit of offense, but still trying to feel each other out with 90 seconds remaining here in our first game of our grand finals.
And are we going left, right? Here we go.
We are. Piggy's right into an Evo RG. Evo Ice Spirit in to stop.
Fireball, admittedly late just because of the situation, but look at this Evo RG on the right-hand side. Log trying to push back, not going to be enough. Gets one, will it get a second one? And this damage in both lanes is dramatic.
That is huge. The cannon just a second late, and now nothing on top of the Ice Wizard. Ice Wizard putting in some DPS, and Mo goes, wow, that is the last thing I ever expected you to do.
Yeah, you see the look on his face. That Ice Wiz just pushing to the outside, getting around the Royal Giant with nothing else to target. Here we go. Big push on the left-hand side. Man, that's it. GG.
Utilizing that Monk so
You have your friends, your coaches on chat with you, cracking jokes, keeping you calm, and that's been a big part of helping Mohamed Light overcome his nerves in the past, but now he seems totally past that. The question is, how does RYLEY self-soothe in this situation?
Look, I know that those are very nice, and there's the Evo Bomber, and I know that there's noise-canceling headphones there on both of our players, but you can feel the electricity in the room, and you can still hear those very loud cheers, and you know RYLEY's thinking about it as Momo goes Gobstein left-hand side. RYLEY looking like he's doing a throwback to 2021.
Wow.
And it is. It's Loon Freeze. That is what Mugi beat Mohamed Light with back in the day.
You know what? If you got to take a swing, swing hard.
That's right.
First minute passing away, and with that little shock, RYLEY will pull back within about 450 HP as Mohamed Light lavas up.
Balloon immediately opposite lane, Lumberjack in tow. Mohamed Light has that Evo God Cage up high. Gonna make short work of the Lumberjack, but it will still rage up this Balloon once it goes down. No!
No! Oh boy. And Mo's gonna get a little bit on it with that flying machine and now create a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he's got a great counter push here. Brawler goes hard on that right-hand side, flying machine on the left.
And the Evo Electro Dragon just going for the one, snowball, plus the arrows to clear. Oh my word.
And Mo knows! That's it! That's it!
Oh my!
Mohamed Light is gonna be our two-time world champion and consensus greatest of all time!
I mean, there's still play to go. Camera, don't... Why are we pulling away? They're running the goal. There's still gameplay. Folks, what are you doing? We're still going. Mo's like, dude, I didn't win yet. And RYLEY can do nothing but laugh right now. 1 minute left. The room here is in shambles.
I mean, it's already said and done, but that's not the way you want it to go. But it's already said and done, Rich.
A little distraction here. Now look, if RYLEY can pull off this right now, it would be tremendous. But you can hear the murmurs and the laughs in the room. And can RYLEY refocus? Can Mo hold on to it?
And the freeze is in. Balloon is coming down the lane. Mohamed Light's gonna take this balloon drop. 2 balloon drops in. 2 balloon drops and death damage, Rich. Evo Bomber on the tower in the pocket, though.
This is nothing short of being potentially the wildest ending in CRL World Finals history. Tries to go for the Electro, cannot get it done. And now we can make it official.
Your 2024 CRL World